There is a story that I have told my children on numerous occasions. I was about 10. A boy was pulling on my tails and I told him, "Stop, I don't want you to do that." And he said to me, "You are a kaik, Żydówka." And I said, "What's that?" And he said, "Well, I don't know, but you are definitely a Żydówka."
Being a Jew, you always have to look over your shoulder. You could never be certain when the rage is going to start.
We were reminded that we were filthy Jews on a daily basis.
If somebody asks you if you can avoid this answer that you're Jewish, you never tell anybody.
"2790 Green Street," the address of the Soviet consulate, became that magnet for almost all of our protests. I think it was a moment of great pride to see the way in which the Bay Area Jewish community mobilized for Soviet Jewry.
In front of the consulate every day, the Soviet authorities saw us.
The question is not so much what did we do, it's really what didn't we do.
I believe activism and involvement stemmed from the Holocaust and the resurrection of a free, independent Jewish state.
We became convinced that we would one day see the freedom of Soviet Jews.
When people knew that you're living, they kill people. So we try not to tell people that we're living like exact day, exact time.
What was in our suitcase? All pictures, photographs?
We had nothing.
I remember pans, cooking utensils.
Of course, no money, because money was only Soviet rubles.
2 suitcases per person. That was actually the rule. That was the final revenge of the USSR government. You will suffer even when you get to the new promised land.
Tonight, citizens are singing and dancing on the wall itself.
The end of communism came more suddenly than I probably suspect any of us expected.
I don't think anybody in their wildest dreams imagined that the doors would open this quickly to this extent with these numbers.
Jewish Family and Children's Services recognized early what our duty was as a community and embraced the potential.
We worked very fast and very hard to put in place all of the services that were needed to handle an immigration of thousands per year. English language classes,
Medical help.
You had to help people with housing, you had to help people with education.
They helped them settle, get their children into school.
Where to go to buy food.
and we helped people genuinely to reconnect with their Jewish identity in a way that didn't have to do with being rejected. Everything was new.
My dad was told that one of the most effective ways to learn English language was to lock yourself up in a room and watch TV for a couple of days, and the English will come. And after a few days of being locked up in the room, my younger brother, was wondering what my dad was learning, and he ventured into his learning chamber, and to his amusement, he realized that for the last 5 days that my dad was locked up in the room, he was watching a Spanish channel instead of English channel.
I cannot imagine being in your 30s, 40s, 50s and having to make a life in a different culture in so many ways.
Jewish Family and Children's Services did the ultimate mitzvah because it helped people become part of a community successfully.
I do remember the acceptance of people. I remember people shaking hands, telling me that I'm part of the community. They welcome me into synagogue.
Do you remember the first thing you ever said in English without having to think about it, without having to immediately translate it in your mind?
Wow.
I think that most of the volunteers, made at least one friend.
I became very close to a family.
And we went to this class, me and my husband.
They just really tried to learn so much.
We really enjoy these classes, even we couldn't talk.
And one day when Paulina had learned more English, she said to me, "Nancy, I want to learn English because I want to be your friend."
This is how our friendship continue until today, and I believe it will continue at the end of our lives because this is really, really nice people.
One of the biggest joys in life is to give and participate in a community that was generous to us.
I give back because it's a way of expressing my gratitude for what I have been given. It's my turn now. It's our turn.
Today, you have really ascended and become leaders in the entire community. You are professionals, political activists, philanthropists, and you have achieved so much professionally and personally.
I do admire immigrants who've come to this country with the rare and unusual ability to be concerned enough about the needs of others to share in their success.
I think the emigre community's contribution is a matter of going from strength to strength. We're already seeing a dramatic increase in leadership roles.
And their children are amazing. And I think that is really the fulfillment of everything we couldn't imagine.
This community was the community that helped me when I came to the States.
It makes me feel part of the community. I like giving back.
I would like to live in a strong Jewish community where everybody is taken care of. And most importantly, I'd like my child to grow up in such a community.
I think it's wonderful to let others know that there is always support. We took the chance, and it was always somebody for us there. And it's important for us to know where we came from.
I'm an immigrant. I want to help other fellow immigrants. Jews in general are immigrants. These are my people.
We were given an opportunity. We came carrying 2 suitcases and a heart full of hope. I'm very proud to be part of this community.